In this time, we talk about the priority for the treasures after the new batch or the season 3, whatever Shift Up wants to call them, when it comes to our beautiful girls right here. So we're gonna be talking a little bit about, in my opinion, what is the best treasure and the one that's most universal, into the ones that can be used for almost everyone at endgame, and then the rest. As usual, before we start, leave a like, subscribe, help me grow the channel, and hello the internet, welcome back to the Waifus. Today's topic is going to be treasure priority. Now, there is a lot of treasures, right? We have like the season 1, season 2, season 3. Season 2 was only Piper, which was kind of funny, but it is what it is. Now, the way I'm gonna be rating this is gonna be like, what the fuck, right? This is too good, shift up. What is this? What is this treasure? The endgame treasures, aka you can build them for absolutely everything and have no problem, depending on your account. The mid ones, treasures that, even though they are not like bad or awful damage or utility, it's like it's not worth unless they are your waifus, and the ones, in my opinion, that you can completely skip unless they're your waifus. We could call this just waifu tier if you prefer. Do not call it a skip so people don't get mad, right? Now let's go top to bottom since that's the most interesting for most part, and we can start of course with Helm. Helm, it is the best treasure they've made, and it makes no sense. Like, it literally makes no sense. She went from a character that was already a decent off-burst healer to now being a constant healer, the best partner for Crown, even better than Naga depending on the situations, but for the most part getting the same results, if not better than running Crown Naga. You can now be running Crown Helm, making your Naga free for another team composition. Perfect, right? Fantastic. And also, if you get the phase 3, which I still don't have, she will get a huge boost in her burst damage as well. Not only that, but she's also providing attack damage and faster rotations on every shot. This is a treasure that makes no sense, specifically on Helm, because she was already a good character, and now she is, in my opinion, once again, the best treasure you can be building, because how universal she is. You can be putting her on any team composition. You don't have to really worry about, oh, this is for raids specifically, or for this game mode, or for this team. No, she is a universal character. She was before, and she's now even more. Also, her background is probably the best background that they've done out of all of the treasures. I think we all can agree on that. Now let's move into endgame. There is 3 treasures that I want to put on endgame, and I want to be super clear. This is depending on your account investment, nothing else, because these 3 characters are only gonna be depending on what characters you have built. If you do not have your shotgun team, building Drake makes no sense, even though she is a decent DPS and buffer. But if you don't have the shotgun team, she loses a lot of value, and you're better off building something else. If you don't have already good electro units and you can take advantage of course Exia, it makes no sense to be building her either, right? And then lastly, if you are like me and you don't have a Snow White team because you don't like the character and she's not even in your synchro device, building Miranda, it's a waste of resources. Again, if you don't like her. In my opinion, I was never like a Snow White fan, so I don't care about her. That said, those 3 treasures are still amazing, and they are still used. Exia has been used on almost every raid that the enemies are weak to Electro, and Drake and Miranda will start seeing usage on the next raids when the enemies are weak to fire. Once again, Drake is more for the shotgun team, and Miranda is more for your fishing crits with the one-shot Snow White, but still, they are really good treasures. But it's important to understand that this depends on your account, that this is not like the best treasures. This is, if you have the characters that can take advantage of this, they are good. If you don't have the electro units and you build Exia, you are better off building one of the mid characters that are going to be Laplace and Viper, in my opinion. Now, why these 2 are not anyone else from the other characters? Well, the reason is that these 2 characters, in contrast to Diesel, Freema, and Milk, at least have good damage. At least they have a good damage. Now, Viper with the re-enter and the sustain is still kind of XD, because there is not a lot of characters, when we talk about water specifically, that have sustained damage. And then you have to re-enter burst 2, so you need someone else, unless you don't want to get her phase 3, so she is your only B2 in the team. That could be an option as well. And then, when it comes to Laplace, I'm gonna be honest, again, this is mid treasures. This is treasures you only build if you really like these characters, because the amount of investment you need in order for them to become a decent DPS, they don't become meta, they become a decent DPS, a good one, right? It's not worth it, in my opinion. And this is coming from, a core 7 Laplace. She was day 1 on my team, helping me progress through the game, so I will say they are decent treasures. It's just that the amount of resources needed might not be worth for a lot of people. And then you all know where they are going. Of course, I would even put okay, Mega stays here, okay? I would put these 3 right here for one simple reason. True damage, Freema. There is not a lot of teams where she will take advantage of this because her numbers are too low. it's not really worth it. When it comes to Diesel, it's the same. She's helping with pierce damage, the amount she's giving while you are losing the burst to spot, one of the best spots for supporters in the game, right? Is too big, it's not worth the investment. And the same can be said for Mill. Now, all these three characters, you can say, oh, Sefhi, they could be used for like a team 4, team 5 on raids, and absolutely. Even Milk can be used on like a team 4-5 for the raids. But the amount of resources you need to invest for a team 4-5, you are better off using volume without investment at the 4-4-4 or the 1-4-4, whatever you want to put, right? And you get the same. You get the same results. I'm talking about Milk, for example, versus volume, right? Because you're getting the CDR and some moves. So it's not worth it just because how expensive it is to bring them to a level where they are barely usable. Once again, in my opinion, that's what I'm going to be calling them, waifu or skip, or whatever you want to call them. We could kind of put in these 5 treasures together, but for the most part, this is where my priority stays right now. Helm was a mistake as a treasure because this is stupid how good it is in contrast to the rest of the treasures. The other 3 are kind of niche, but still pretty good for endgame and for people who enjoy min-maxing, and people who like, for example, Snow White will be really enjoying the Miranda treasure. But then again, they are based on your account. And Miranda, for me, it's a skip completely because I do not have a Snow White. I don't want to build her, so I don't care about her. So I should be focusing on Drake and Nexia in my account, even though I'm lazy and I don't want to be building them. I did got Drake. I do not have a phase 3 because how expensive it is. So, and it will probably take me another month until I get enough resources to get to phase 3 because just the system is too slow, sadly, right? That said, do let me know if you guys agree with the priority or you would change anything, right? Regarding the characters at the bottom or maybe the characters that are endgame or anything. That said, I think we all can agree that Helm is the priority for almost everyone if you have her because how good she is. Enough yapping though, that's gonna be for this video. As usual, thank you for coming, boxes. We're gonna be live later. Feel free to drop by and say hello. Good luck with your pool dinner, and see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。